Hi guys, NCWQ here. 1 second. Make sure my sound is good. Okay. I have y'all looking at EMSC and at the earthquakes for the past 1 hour. And if you can see, we've had quite a few earthquakes in Hawaii. So I went and did a pull-up on the earthquakes for Hawaii for the last 2 days, and have put them into Google Earth here. And you can see where all the swarms are occurring. You can see they're happening around Mauna Loa and down here, and this is near Kilauea. And these are the areas that these swarms are occurring, and down and through this way, and even out into the sea. So I went and I looked up some more information, and this is news which states that with Mauna Loa exhibiting heightened unrest, and this was put out 3 hours ago, the annual Great Hawaii Shakeout Earthquakes Awareness Event is set for next week. Scientists with the USGS Hawaiian Volcano Observatory have plenty to write about. From this week's Volcano Watch article by HVO geophysicist Jefferson Chang, he states feeling occasional earthquakes is part of the experience of living in the state of Hawaii, especially on the state of Hawaii. The vast majority of felt earthquakes are small, but the less common large earthquakes can be damaging, so it is important to be prepared. The U.S. Geological Survey Hawaiian Volcano Observatory records tens of thousands of earthquakes beneath our island every year. Luckily, most of these are less than magnitude 2 and are not felt. Over the past 30 years, Hawaii has had 4 earthquakes of magnitude 6 or larger. 3 of them were deep, greater than 12 miles or 20 kilometers, and likely the result of the stresses brought forth by the Hawaiian Islands sitting on top of the Pacific Plate. The most recent example was a magnitude 6.2 earthquake that struck 17 miles or 27 kilometers south of Naelehu. I'm not even going to pronounce it. It's Naalehu. Sorry, it doesn't provide a means to say it correctly, and I really didn't mean to butcher it, so I apologize to whoever might feel offended. A few minutes before midnight on October 10th, 2021. The other one was a magnitude 6.9 on May 4th, 2018, which is the largest earthquake recorded in Hawaii in the past 30 years. This event was much shallower than the 9 miles or 15 kilometers and was likely related to magma moving through the Kilauea plumbing system at the start of 2018 Lower East Rift Zone eruption. It is a bit of a chicken or egg problem whether these large shallow earthquakes under the volcanoes lead to eruptions, or if the magma shifting stresses along faults that trigger earthquakes. There are 2 end-member hypotheses, and in reality, it is most likely a combination of both. Earthquakes and volcanic eruptions go hand in hand. We see this kind of interplay between magma movement and seismicity with the ongoing swarm of earthquakes under Mauna Loa summit caldera and the upper northwest flank. This elevated seismic activity is accompanied by slight ground inflation or swelling. This suggests that Mauna Loa magma reservoir is filling. Does this mean that Mauna Loa will erupt soon? Not necessarily. Mauna Loa has been in a period of prolonged unrest. The sleeping giant may be snoring a little louder than it did a few years ago, but it does not necessarily mean that it will wake up soon. Scientists at the HVO look at many different monitoring streams to document changes in Mauna Loa's behavior. Some of these changes may alert scientists when an eruption is more likely. Hang on 1 second. I'm having hiccups over here. Some of these changes may alert scientists when an eruption is more likely. Large shallow earthquakes are one of the indicators that the move of the probability of an eruption in Mauna Loa from not necessarily to highly likely. For example, a magnitude 6.7 earthquake happened a few months ago before the last eruption of Mauna Loa in 1984. The 1950 eruption was also preceded by a large earthquake, but only 2 days prior to the onset of the eruption. However, not all Mauna Loa earthquakes are preceded by large earthquakes, and some large earthquakes, such as the 1975 magnitude 7.7 Kalapena earthquake, was not accompanied by a major eruption of Kilauea volcano. Large shallow earthquakes are not just a potential precursor to volcanic eruptions, but can be a disaster on their own. Damage done by large earthquakes can be mitigated to reduce the hazards and risks associated with violent shaking. Modern building codes make houses much more resistant to damage. Efforts like securing tall, heavy objects to the wall so they are less likely to tip over and fall will reduce the likelihood of damage and injury when a large earthquake hits. That is something that a lot of people are told all the time, that you should secure your belongings and make sure that your stuff is safe so that if you have an earthquake, things do not fall on you. And that is good common practice to have. The other part is to drop, cover, and hold on. And that should be practiced regularly so that instincts kick in when the initial shaking is felt. Let's see what else I can find out here. Just so you know that, so you know, HVO is monitoring the seismic swarm at Mauna Loa. 10 hours ago, a 4.9 earthquake shook the islands, and it was reported by the Hawaiian Volcano Observatory. That was at 9:07 a.m. It was originating from the southern coast of the Big Island at 4.3 miles south of Pahala. From the depth of about 7 miles, the quake could be felt as far as Hilo. Although there had been heightened seismic activity at Mauna Loa over the past month, with 51 quakes detected there within the past 24 hours, this quake did not originate in the same place. Most of Mauna Loa's earthquake swarm has originated beneath the volcano's northwest flank. So I'm thinking northwest is over here. Yeah, over here. HVO reports there are no signs of imminent eruption, and a hypothesis that movement of magma beneath Mauna Loa is contributing to the heightened seismic activity. So anyway, I was just looking at what was going on with the earthquakes that I had been seeing, and just wanted to do a little quick update as to the earthquakes that we are seeing over there and what is being stated about the earthquakes over there. So that's Mauna Kea, Mauna Loa, hang on, let me go back around. I always do this. And then we have Kilauea there. Anywho, just a real quick update. Hope y'all are doing well. Please be good to yourselves, each other. Much love.